Company law and practice is the biggest subject in CS executive program. It is also the most important subject. But how do you study 60% of the syllabus in just 30 days? In this video, I will be giving you a step-by-step plan how to complete 60% syllabus of company law in just 30 days. I will also be telling you the exact chapters which you have to study in the 60% based on the marks you get in the exam. These are the chapters which I'm going to tell you which gives you maximum marks in the company law question paper set by ICSI. Just in case you don't know me, I am Company Secretary Alok. I'm a faculty here at Ekcel Academy and my passion is to make sure that every student passes CS executive exam. We have been doing this from 2011 and in this video I will be sharing all the secrets with you. Let us get started. How to study 60% of company law in CS executive within 30 days. You will be surprised by end of the video how you can do it yourself. You just have to practice every step I tell you. You may be thinking it is impossible, but I will tell you step by step. Yes, this is how to study company law within 30 days, not 100% but 60% of it. So recently I made a video about generally how you can finish studying all the company, secretary, executive or professional subjects within 30 days, that is 60%. So here we got a lot of comments like this. For example, thank you for making this video. Please tell which chapter wise weightage for executive program, how to do weightage analysis and also give a timetable to study 60% in 30 days. So there is a subscriber Lokesh who has asked this. Many more comments are there. I am not putting up here, but many comments are there. So I replied by saying that yes, next video we're going to make this and here is that video. We make sure that every video which you want, we make it. Ensure that it is useful for everybody else. So keeping up the promise, let us get started. So the first very step which you have to do is actually analyze. So I told you in that previous video, here is a short clip from that previous video. First thing is analyze the weightages. What do you mean by weightage? When you say weightage, if you see the scanner, correct? One biggest mistake students are doing is they study from scanner. Scanner is not to study. Scanner is just to see the weightage. Yes, I told you, you need to analyze. I told you can do it. Then you say how. So in this video, we'll study about company law and how you can do it. So in the analysis, the very first thing is what are the important chapters in weightage analysis. So basically for each of the chapters, you need to do a weightage analysis. And how do you do it? The first simple thing you can do is take a look at our entire company law subject. So you can see here there is part 1 and there is part 2, part A or part B. You can call it however you want to. In part 1 we have 12 chapters and in part 2 we have 19 chapters. But in this we are going to be selecting the chapters with the most weightage of marks in the previous year papers. I repeat, you have to study all the chapters, but first you study 60% of the chapters which gives maximum marks. Sometimes it gives 70 and even 80 marks. Yes, this 60% chapters gives you 70 to 80 marks sometimes. That is so huge. So first we will be studying that and I will tell you which are those chapters and after that you have to study. So I repeat, you have to study 100% and I will also tell you why and what are the reasons for it. So if you look at the scanner, so this is a image from Suchita Prakashan scanner. It's a great book to understand the old questions by ICSI and what is the weightage. So you have this book, you can have a look at this, but apart from this, looking at this chart, what you should really do is analyze the old question paper yourself by giving a 2 hours to it. So it's just a 2-hour job. It is your duty to look at it. So take the old question papers and then set 2 hours. Set a 2 hours stopwatch in your mobile or watch or stopwatch or your latest electronic gadgets, whatever you have. 2 hours. I just need you to give 2 hours. You spend so much time in Instagram reels and watching movies and web series and sports and cricket. You do that, but also please give just 2 hours for this. Apart from seeing the scanner, so you'll tell, sir, in scanner already it is given. Why should I do my own analysis? When you do your own analysis, there are so many things you learn. and for that you just need 2 hours. I'm telling this for company law. Same way, please give 1.5 hours or 2 hours for every subject. This video we'll do about company law and give a complete understanding. So CS Executive, company law. So before that, I have a disclaimer for you. This is a very important thing. And what is that disclaimer? That disclaimer is you need to study 100% of the syllabus. Then you'll say, sir, what sir? You told in the video 60%. You made one more video for every subject. Then we all asked make a new video, and I've brought a video especially for company law. And then you're telling study 100%. Why are you telling opposite? Why are you contradicting yourself? Is the question you may ask. But I will tell you exactly the reason why you need to study 100%. Question paper format of CS Executive or any professional anything. For example, let us say there is a question number 3. So question number 3 usually will have 4 sub questions. Okay, there will be 4 different questions, and this question will be, for example, for 16 marks. Okay, for 16 marks you have question number 3 in the question paper, right? In the 16 marks, let us say question A is coming from chapter number 8. Then question B is coming from chapter number 1. Question C is coming from chapter number 6, and question D is coming from chapter number 11. So if you felt that chapter number 11 is not very important, there is no weightage, it is not in my 60% of the syllabus which is most important, let me leave it. If you are going to do that, that will be the biggest disaster. That is why I said first you study 60% in 30 days, correct? So what about the rest 40%? We have to study, we cannot leave it. So my disclaimer, I repeat, is you need to study 100%. You need to study 100% of the syllabus. We cannot leave any chapter, but which are the important we'll understand. So this 40% we will be studying after this 30 days, after we get the confidence, then we will do the 100% of the syllabus. So even if you spend lesser time for 40%, it's okay, because marks wise it's not very important, but you cannot leave it. You cannot leave it, and that is the most important thing you should know, that you cannot leave it. So what is the weightages which is there? So company law weightage wise. So first is part 1 or part A, whatever you want to call it. We have the important chapters. That is what will come in the that 60% syllabus which I am telling you, that 60% syllabus. First, based on the number of marks, this is my analysis. Please tell me if I am wrong. I am ready to learn from you. But I have been teaching company law for more than 10 to 12 years. So that means there is something I have done right. But do your own analysis. You don't have to trust me. You don't have to trust anybody. When you did the analysis, you will get something like this. Accounts and auditors, correct? Share and share capital, debt instruments, legal set of registered companies. This is chapter number 2. So 9, 4, 6 and 2. These are the chapters. If you look at the last 10 question papers, maximum marks have been asked from these 4 plus the next 4. So in part A, you have 12 chapters, but in the 12 chapters, in the order of sequence I'm telling you, then next you go to lesson number 3, MOA, AOA, dividends, compromise arrangement, and then introduction to company law. So these are the, so highest priority. So you study all this. So am I saying that you have to study in this order? No, I'm not saying you should study in this order. Personally, I always feel that you have to study in the order of chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, like that. In that, if you want, you can go to the first chapter, which is like introduction to company law. Then you go to what is important if you want. But there is a connection. What you study in chapter 1 has a lot of connection in chapter 2, chapter 3. So you go in the order, and that is what you should do. So if you want, you can study chapter 1, then chapter 2, then chapter 4, correct? Then chapter 3, like that. So you can study this. Next, after the 60%, this is the 40%. You don't have to do this in the 30 days. You don't have to do this in the 30 days, but you should just know the name of the chapter. So I'm putting it up here. This is the 40% which is not very important. That's why I'm not saying not important. I'm saying after important chapters. So you should do this, which is 40% after important chapters. So does it mean that members, charges, dormant inspection, they don't ask? What? Who knows? In your upcoming exam, maybe from members they are going to ask you 10 marks. Correct? We don't know. Nobody can guess. Nobody can guess tomorrow. But you can focus on some chapters, and the rest chapters you can give time after you finish that. So you need to get the confidence to go forward. So these are the chapters. You can take screenshots. You can take a look at it. Next we come to part B or part 2. In part B or part 2, we have these 4. This is a no-brainer. Everybody knows this. I don't have to tell this because it's common sense. General meetings, directors, board composition, and meetings of the board. Everybody will tell. Even somebody who is new to company law will tell these are the most important chapters. But this is the order in which the number of questions and marks which has been asked in the previous papers. Correct? Next you are going to get after the important chapter. So this is that 40%. So I repeat, this is the 60% important chapters which you have to do in 30 days. I'll be telling you, please stick around. In this video, I'll tell you how you can do it, how to make that weekly plan. In that 30 days, how you are going to finish completely what you people have asked in the comments in the previous video. I have read everything and I'm going to do each and everything. Please wait. So this is the 60% important and this is the 40% which you will do after finishing the 60%. That means after 30 days. So now don't worry about this 30 days. Don't even touch this. After 30 days, you can touch this. So very quickly, have a look at this. So the important chapters, which is 60% in part A, these are these 8 chapters. Then after that, this is the 40%, 4 chapters. Then here 4 chapters are very important in part B, and these 3 chapters are after important chapters. So I never say this is not important, because like I said, 100% is something we have to study because of the pattern of the question paper. I cannot, suppose I don't study this chapter, I don't study this chapter, but in my 4 sub questions, if these 2 questions come, I can't even write, I can't even get 1 mark. So that is a mistake which you should never be doing. So now the 60% in 30 days, is it really possible, sir, or simply to motivate the students are you telling? See, if that is the case, we will never do that. We have seen this happening with our own students who have listened to us. Please remember, every student who enroll with us does not listen to us. The people who listen are the ones who study, who take all our suggestions, pass the exam, and then also come on success stories. You can go to our Ekcel Academy, go to the playlist section. We have interviewed more than 150 students who have passed, and each one has a success story where they have not done something great. They have done simple things. They have been disciplined. They have been consistent. They listen to the teacher. They listen to the academy. They have been diligent. That's all. They are not something different than you. You have to listen and you must do. So same way now, if you want to do it in 30 days, you have to listen. And what should you do? Before you listen, this whole video, I have made some assumptions, especially in tax, in accounts, in financial management. In these problems, you need to make some assumptions, right? Similarly, my first assumption is you are a full-time student. So if you are a person who is working, you can finish 60% in 60 days or 75 days, not 30 days. Okay, you can follow the same formula, but instead of 30 days, make it a 60 or 75, because we have to be realistic. We should not have some unrealistic expectation, then we can't do it, then we go into depression. No, if you are a working person, if you don't have more than 3 to 4 hours per day to study, then you can do whatever I tell in this video, but not in 30 days, maybe in 60 or 75 days. Please keep that in mind. Okay, so how many hours are you studying? So my assumption is that if you want to finish 60% in 30 days, you are studying at least 8 to 10 hours every day, which is realistic. Yeah, come on, you are a student. Anybody who goes for a job, you say I'm working in this company, this is my position, whatever. Any job is 8 to 10 hours. Any job in 24 hours of your life, in your time, 8 to 10 hours is job. So if you're student, if you're being a student is your job, you have to study 8 to 10 hours a day. So that is my assumption. You're a full-time student and you're studying 8 to 10 hours a day. Next assumption I'm going to make. You are efficient in your studies. You are using techniques like Pomodoro. In our Excel Academy YouTube channel itself, we have made many videos about Pomodoro technique, how to study in Pomodoro technique, all of that. In simple, very quickly, if I have to tell you, study for 25 minutes, take a 5 minutes break. It is as simple as that. Then you are revising regularly. It is not like you study something today and next you're touching that same chapter or same page after 2 months. That will not work. You have to revise regularly. Next assumption I'm making, you are not touching the book for the first time ever. Suppose you are a student, today you joined company secretary course, you got the ICSI book, okay? For such students, yes, studying 60% in 30 days may not work. So my assumption is, it may be your first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, that doesn't matter. But even if your first attempt, you have at least have some introduction to these topics. You might not have studied full chapter, no problem. At least 2-3 chapters you should know. At least some concepts you should know. That is my assumption, right? Otherwise, yes, studying 60% in 30 days is not possible. I don't want to make false claims. I am telling you whatever has already been done by my students. What I have told, they have achieved it. They have even passed exam. Especially for people where exam is 3 months, okay, and they feel they have not studied well. They're getting scared. How do I complete? We just have less than 3 months. We don't even have 3 months for exam. How do I do it? In such a scenario, what I'm telling, this formula will work. Okay. You need to take test and mock exam. Just studying is no use. So these are all my assumptions. Be ready to fail. Fail means not in the exam. Be ready to fail every day. Every day you should fail but pass in the CS exam. How is this? Just have a thought. How is this thought? Let us fail every day, but we will pass in CS exam. Correct? When I say fail, you should feel, oh, I'm not understanding this. How do I do this? You should go again. Yes, we will not understand everything the first time we study. Even in the previous video I've told in many videos, I repeat, learning is not easy. It is a painful process, but we need to go through that. Learning happens at the edge of discomfort. I keep telling that and I repeat it. So please take note of that. So embrace the idea that learning happens at the edge of discomfort. So if you are sure that learning happens at the edge of discomfort, then you can get what I'm saying. So yes, so what is this 30 days plan? In the beginning of the video, I told you what are those important chapters, the weightage. So what you should do is you should also spend 2 hours and do that. Yes, you can take what I've told here. Maybe some other person tells some other chapters, but the best is what you do it yourself. Just take the previous 6 to 8 papers at least, and everything is free. You get it on ICSI website. You just have to download it. It is as simple as that. What you really need to do is spend that 2 hours. Spend that 2 hours. Simply watching this video, getting motivated is of no use. You should take that action. 2 hours, do that analysis. Yes, I've given the list. You can blindly take this list, but even to check whether my list is correct or wrong, you have to do that analysis yourself by looking at the question paper. Yes, it takes a little bit effort, but I'm telling you that is the best way to start, right? So how do we do that? When I say 4 weeks, 30 days, correct? When I say 30 days, you'll say, sir, 1 week is 7 days. So 4 weeks is 28 days, correct? 1 week is 7 days. So 4 weeks is 28 days, then this 30 days. So the last week give extra 2 days, correct? The last week you give extra 2 days. So that way you will be confident to finish what you want, and whatever few things are left, you can do it. So this is my plan. You don't have to listen to me. You can make your own plan. I'm just giving you a suggestion. So week 1, directly go to general meetings. Directly go to general meetings. And I repeat, if you are a student who has taken CS today, you don't know anything about company law, then this video may not work for you. But if you are somebody who has taken it, it may be your first attempt. It may be second attempt, third attempt, fourth attempt, I don't care. But you should have some understanding. Even if you have not completed studying the entire CS syllabus of company law, it's okay, but some familiarity should be there, right? Because then only you are going to get the result. So general meetings, directors, and introduction to company law. This is the first week what you have to study. How to study in each of that week, I'll tell you. That is also the next part of the video. So this whole video, 3 parts. First is the important chapters, then week wise plan. and the third one is what are the techniques you need to do. So these 3 parts of this video is enough for you to get 60% syllabus completion within 30 days. And after that, don't forget to do the 40%, but first finish 60%. You'll be so confident that 40% you'll do because you've done the important chapters already, which is 60%. Yes. Week number 2. So if you observe here, I've given you part 2, 2 chapters, and part 1, 1 chapter, that too chapter number 1. That gives you the foundation for the entire subject. These 3 chapters give you foundation for entire subject. Then let us go to week number 2. We finished 7 days and you should have finished this. How do you make sure you finish it? I'll tell you a little later. Please wait. Week number 2, I'm giving you board composition, meetings of the board, and chapter number 2, legal status of registered companies and types of companies. This is what I'm going to give you on week number 2 for you to study. So this way you have finished studying part 2. The 60% syllabus which is of part 2, you're finished by the second week itself. That is amazing. Look at it. Within 2 weeks you finished it. Then, sir, what do we do in the third week? In third week, I'm giving you only 2 chapters. Why? Because they are very big chapters. They are very big chapters. I'm giving you only 2 chapters. Third week, we go only for part 1. Why? We finished part 2. We finished the 60% syllabus of part 2. Just imagine 1 second. In 2 weeks, if you actually do this, watching this video is of no use if you don't take action. I repeat, no use if you don't take action. Just imagine yourself, 2 weeks, you studied it, you finished 60% of part B. You'll be so confident. Then week number 3, you're doing 2 big chapters, accounts and auditors, share and share capital, which is extremely big, but you can do it. I'll tell you how. Next, you have week number 4, which will be around 10 days because this is a 30-day plan. We finished 3 weeks. We still have 9 to 10 days left. 30 days plan is there. So you will be having 4 chapters of part 1, which will be your last 4 chapters in your 60% syllabus. I repeat, that rest 40% I have not put in this video, but you have to study it after the 30 days. The rest 40%, which is not as important as these chapters. So debt instrument, distribution of profit, which is dividends, MOA and DOA, chapter number 3, compromise and arrangement, that is all your mergers, amalgamation, takeover, all this introduction is there, no? That section 230 to 240 which we have. This is chapter number 10 which you will be studying. So by end of these 4 weeks, you would have completed 60% of the syllabus of company law, and you will be so confident because these are the chapters where maximum marks have been asked in your previous year question papers of company law. So next important thing is, okay sir, we know what to do in which week, but how? Which book should we study? What are your resources? What are the source from which you need to study? Very simple, ICSI book and the coaching material. See, at Ekcel Academy, we give our material, we simplify it so that, see, ICSI book I always tell is important, but sometimes the language is difficult for students and it's too voluminous. So we have simplified it and we give our own material. But we never tell study only Ekcel material, don't study ICSI. No. When I teach, I study ICSI book, I study some other books also, Bare Act, and then I teach. You may not have so much time, but your base material always has to be ICSI for the simple reason. Who sets your question paper? Not your coaching academy. I don't set your question paper, or any other academy who is giving coaching, they will not set the question paper. ICSI sets the question paper. That one thing you should remember. So that should be your base and foundation and most important book. If you are not understanding some topics there, yes, you can take coaching material, you can take textbook, you can take private book, you can search online, you can do whatever you want. But don't leave any topic and any syllabus which is there in your ICSI book. Then old question papers, obviously, and Bare Act for company law. You don't have to study section 1 to 470, everything in Bare Act. You don't have so much time. But for important sections, for important chapters, 2 to 3 sections for every chapter, you can study from Bare Act for more clarity. And in the resources, I've put one star here. If you can get accountability partner, nothing like it. If you can get, brilliant. Yes, I have to tell a little bit about how our students of Ekcel Academy are passing the exam. You watch all the success stories. Please go watch, go to the playlist and you'll understand. They were talking to our student mentor. They also had friends within the Excel Academy classes, other people who are studying. For example, I always remember Bhargavi and Suhita. You can watch their story. I've done one success story with both of them together. They never met each other, but they met online through our Excel classes and they became accountability partner for each other. This way, because your friend is studying, you'll also study. And you have to tell your friend what you have studied, what you have not studied. So please try and get accountability partner. Even if you have not joined our Excel, please find in your own circle. Whatever I'm telling here, I repeat, even in previous video I told, somebody will comment saying that, sir, this you're telling for people to join you. No, that is your choice. Please join wherever you want. But if you join, what you will get, it is my duty to tell you, correct? Whether it is classes, whether it is the material, whether it is personal mentorship, one-to-one mentorship, then your daily one day one answer. We make sure everybody writes the answer every day. We give weekly test, correct? All this we do. So if you want, you can join. That is your choice. Now, the technique. Okay, sir, very good. You told us what are the important chapters, weightage, how to do with the weightage analysis. Then you told us the 4 weeks plan. Then you told us what books and what are the resources to have. You also told that if you can get accountability partner, very good. Finally, the real secret comes here, the techniques. Whatever I tell now is possible to do in 30 days. Whatever I tell now is possible to do in 30 days. That is 60% syllabus in 30 days. Whatever I told now is possible if you do these 6 things. First is you should have a timetable. Second, you should study in Pomodoro technique. Study 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. Study 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. Very simple. In fact, there are so many apps on your mobile. Even there are so many YouTube channels where somebody is studying in Pomodoro. You should just on it and do it. In fact, we have made some videos. If you want, please do WhatsApp us. I personally have made a Pomodoro video. It is an unlisted video, so I can share that video to you. Many students study with that. They feel that, sir, we on the computer or my mobile and I see that you are studying, so I feel I should also study. And this way you can get focus, concentration, and basically you will not waste time. No procrastination, no time wasting. So if you want this video which I have made, you can WhatsApp us. Our WhatsApp number is 973-973-3400, right? You can see it on the screen also. So spaced revision is revising regularly. I have made a separate video for that also. If you want, you can WhatsApp us. I will share that video also with you. Next is time boxing, most important. So what is this? So like I told you, the very first thing is actually timetable. Okay. So timetable, what should you do? You make 4 columns. So that is, I've told you many times, date, then number of days for exam. So you'll just put the date, October 20, 21, whatever. You'll put the dates here, right? Number of days for exam. So you'll be putting a countdown. So you have 80 days, 79 days, 78 days. So how many days for exam? This column will give you the focus to study. Next is what you want to study. So you write which chapter, how many pages, what you write that for each day. Then the last column, how much did you actually study? So every day in the night when you sleep, you should fill this last column. I have made many videos for this. If you want, I can share on longer video. Again, you just have to WhatsApp us. We will share that with you. In this video, I don't want to explain in detail. So if you have this kind of timetable, it will be very, very useful. Next, about time boxing, I told you. Time boxing is one technique which I have personally used even for my work. I'm practicing as a company secretary. I'm teaching here at Ekcel. There is a lot of personal things also, right? I manage my time by time boxing. How? I read somewhere that Elon Musk does time boxing. I thought, okay, I am nothing here. Somebody is running like so many companies, billions of dollars. He's such a famous guy. How does he do so many things together? He does time boxing. Many other people do, but that inspired me. Okay, if somebody like him can do so many things, how does he do it? Time boxing. So take your calendar, and in the calendar, you have to put for each day, like today night, you need to fill it for today night. So what will you do? 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, like that. From morning to night, please fill it up here. See, I've just written company law, lesson 1, Pomodoro 2 sessions, write the answers, chapter number 14, chapter, like whatever. Write like this. So tomorrow, see your phone or your laptop, wherever, you have to follow it exactly as per this time boxing. Very simple. You have to just follow whatever is over here. It's as simple as that. So this is the important technique. So finally, what I'm telling you is, you will not get results just by watching this video. I really love this quote. Watching from sidelines will not change your life, only stepping into the game. While others consume, action takers create, build and move towards success. So watch this video, let it be an inspiration, and please take action. You will get success. That is the most important thing. And finally, this is what I want to leave you with. This is the end of the video. Behind every struggle, there's a story of strength. The tears, the frustration and doubts are all part of the journey. Keep going. You're closer to your success more than what you think. You're much closer to your success than what you think. So don't think, is this effort really of any use? Whatever you're doing, you're going one step closer to success. And I hope this video gave you an idea how to study 60% syllabus within 30 days for company law. Same way, please do this exercise yourself for all the subjects. You may be an executive, professional, CSEET, it doesn't matter. I have given you for one subject a complete roadmap. Please do it for other subjects, and please do WhatsApp me and I'll be happy to help you if you have any doubts. Thank you for watching and all the best for exam, and hope you will pass CS exam very soon.